I'm getting scary good at manifesting. No, she doesn't like it. She wants to be back in the van. This place is so big. This is one room. This is another room. And that's another bed. Like, we could have fit so many people in here. Nobody wanted to join me. Sure you made the right decision? I don't think so. Oh Lord, what am I doing this for? I just need the water. Shit! Oh my God. Oh Lord. I can't see anything. I just need the water. Oh shit. All that just for water. Why? Don't trust that. I don't trust that.
Look at these piles of snow. Gives you an idea on how much snow we had out here, and this has melted a ton. Like, we got mountains of it. Finding places to sleep in the snow is a little bit harder because any place you pull over on the side of the street to park, like this spot that I frequent a fair amount while I'm out here, you can't park there anymore because they got snow piled up in the shoulder.
The heater has turned out to be much more of an issue. And our heater was in fault, which is not good because it is very cold.
It is going to be a very long, cold night. It is 10 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now. If we don't get this fixed, we are going to freeze. Our water's going to freeze. We're going to have a lot of issues. It's so cold outside right now. Holy crap. We had a rough night last night.
It was nice and warm under the blanket, but the air got very cold. Luckily, it was only floating around freezing here in Bozeman.
We woke up to a pretty cold van. I would say it was still above freezing in here because our water wasn't frozen. Nothing inside was frozen, which is great. The downside is now I have to rip apart and rip everything out of the van and take the heater out and clean it all out in order for us to be able to run it at all.
So it is, I don't know, I think it's about minus 20 right now, and it says minus 31 with the wind chill. It's supposed to get down to minus 26 tonight without the wind, so who knows what it's going to be like with the wind. So this will be the coldest night that we have had, or that I have had so far in Lucky Source. Heater out here running on full blast. This is literally the same day, the night of the same day when I patched the filter and all that stuff. I came back out here and it's exhausting into the cab. Nothing so much that is causing any harm to the cats as far as I know. Bloody heaters, man. So this is going to take a little bit of self-control on my part. I am a very positive person. I do like to put forward a good message. This shit's getting under my skin. I'm done. We're in the middle of a cold snap. I need heat. I've got a space heater running right now, which is better than nothing, but it's...
The door touches the snow when I open it. Oh no! Oh my God. Troy had shoveled out quite a big area in front of the van while I was working on getting the chains on, but after I hit the end of the area he shoveled, my van went for a while until all the snow that piled up under it had gotten so dense that my van physically could not move.
Well, they're around here trying to move the vehicles and shovel everything.
Lots of people get through the winter fine in their van. I am not as equipped as they are. And yes, some people get through winter fine without proper insulation and without a diesel heater and without whatever by being in a warmer climate like Vancouver. However, in my situation, it's a bit different. For one, my cats can't cuddle under the blankets. I mean, sometimes they do, occasionally, but it's rare. They can't put a sweater on or a winter coat. They need a certain temperature in the van to survive long term. I also, because I have cats, can't run the buddy heater overnight because they'll catch on fire. So I have limited options. And yes, there are people who don't use a buddy heater, don't even have a buddy heater, don't have a diesel heater, and have a cat or cats in their van who live in or who stay in the Vancouver area to get through the winter. But the difference between myself and them is that, or one of them at least, one of the differences that I know of is that I need a lot more electricity. I work online, so I need my laptop charged, I need my phone charged. I generally need it charged more than once a day. And so just to be able to use enough electricity, I have to constantly be charging the Jackery. And that's really what the main issue was, a lack of power. The ways that I was heating the van was I was running the van heater, using the buddy heater occasionally while I was awake to watch it, and having an electric blanket running overnight, mostly for the cats. At night, I just get under the blankets and the sleeping bag and I'm fine. So I had the electric blanket for them, but in order to run the electric blanket, I have to have the Jackery that I have charged at least 50%. So I had to charge the Jackery enough that it would it would run the electric blanket at night and also charge my tech. And so I had to charge it a lot. The only ways I can really charge the Jackery is the solar panel and plugging it into the van battery. Because I don't have solar, that's basically my issue. I have the solar panel for the Jackery that can't be in the rain because it is not waterproof. So while it's raining, I can't charge the Jackery outside. And it was raining a lot. And if it wasn't raining, it was snowing, and the snow would have melted and gotten it wet. So there was that issue. Also the lack of sunlight. So there wasn't many opportunities to charge the Jackery with the solar panel. And especially being in the city, it's kind of hard to take the solar panel out in the middle of a street or a parking lot or whatever, because it'll either get stolen, stepped on, driven over, or you're keeping an eye on it. And if I'm keeping an eye on it, I have to be outside to do that. And if I'm outside keeping an eye on it, it's cold and I can't just pull out a chair and a table in the middle of a parking lot or a city street. It just wasn't feasible. And I couldn't go out into the back country or anything like that because everything was closed for a variety of reasons, either the rain or the snow or the season or the lockdowns or whatever it is, just made it really difficult to be anywhere but in the city where I was in Vancouver. So my real main way of charging the Jackery was to plug it into the van. And if you're gonna plug it into the van, you gotta have the car running, otherwise it drains the battery and the car dies, right? So either I would idle the van or drive the van. And the issue is, if I'm driving the van, first it uses more gas and it takes away my time and energy from everything else that I need to be doing, like my work. So the best thing that I could do at the time, before I understood all the obstacles, was just idle the van, to charge the Jackery while I was working and whatever. And that was working for me, even though I felt this guilt, not just about the price of gas, spending money on gas, idling the car, but also the exhaust and stuff like that. It's not a good feeling to run your car all the time. And in order to get enough electricity to get my work done and also have the Jackery charge enough for the electric blanket at night, I was basically idling the car all day long. And so I felt really bad about it. And also I found out later the hard way when the cops knocked on the van that it was actually illegal to idle my van in the city, which I had no idea about. I didn't even know it was a thing because where I'm from, it's not a thing. So at this point, it's getting harder to get electricity, and it's getting harder to heat the van. And then on top of it, my van heater broke. So even if I could idle the van or start the van to try to heat the van, my heater wasn't working. So I could have gone to get it fixed, which I have to do anyways, but even if I had it fixed, I can't idle the van to keep the van warm. It was just one thing after another after another. And if this was a warmer season, I could go outside, I could go into the backcountry, I could just, or a campsite or whatever, and just pull out a chair and a table and the solar panel and work outside while the Jackery is charging with the solar panel. And I can't do that now, so the best bet was just to get an Airbnb so that I could catch up on work and get a whole bunch of stuff that I need to get done while it's still cold and crappy out. So I found this place, which is a summer resort, and I got it for winter prices, which essentially was costing me daily about the same as it was costing me in the van for all my daily expenses, including propane. It just made sense. That's come off on its own. I guess maybe the humidity or temperature or something. Overall, this place is a mess. Not a bad place to wait for a burrito. Burrito. Comfy? Are you comfy? Are you comfy?
Nice. So you got that all equipped in there?
And more or less, I could do for solar. That would be a good move.
Solar?
Yeah.
So you doing videos?
Yeah, I have a vlog.
Oh, do you?
It's a baby vlog. See what happens over the year.